I just had to delete 2 videos that I recorded because I thought this was, selected on OBS, but I guess it wasn't because, life hates me. There's so many things that I could talk about when it comes to teenagers because let's be honest, teenagers are probably like the most messed up people on this planet. That's partly due to the fact that like half our brains haven't even developed yet. In this video, I just want you to leave with a mindset. I'm not gonna give you anything that specific to act on, but I just want you to think about what I have to say in this video. If you're a teenager right now, I can almost guarantee you that you probably have a lot of doubts, insecurities, and flaws that you're constantly worried about. I know I am. I have like 20 things that, I want to be good at, but like I'm kind of bad at right now. But the thing with that is, if you're a teenager, that's good. It's good that you're noticing all of these flaws and insecurities. It's almost like this graph of confidence. For most people, the graph starts off like pretty high confidence when you're like right in your preteens. Then when you get in your teens, your confidence just drops for some reason. But then after you get out of your teens, your confidence slowly starts going up and up and up like a linear line. And that means that these insecurities and flaws that you're noticing, it's normal and it's a good thing. Your brain is starting to develop and you're starting to realize that, okay, I am not the best in the world anymore. I actually need to change some stuff or I'm going to be left behind. And we're supposed to be flawed because, well, the whole point of puberty, becoming a teenager, is to change into an adult. And change into adult basically means to improve upon what you already have. Physically, you improve. Mentally, you improve. Like knowledge-wise, you improve. If you weren't flawed, then there would be nowhere to improve. You'd already be an adult basically. Although most adults, they still have a way to go. For example, I am not as good at guitar as I want to be. And that makes me a bit insecure because I want to be writing music like already the professionals. But I'm not too worried about that because I know at this point in my life, this is basically the worst I'm going to be at guitar. I know that 10 years down the line, I'm going to be so much better than I am right now. Everything gets better as an adult, theoretically. Men are supposed to peak at like 40 years old or something, but unfortunately, modern day society, I sound like all of the self-improvement gurus. Modern day society basically made us do it completely backwards. If you ever been to like some family dinner or something, or talked to like one of your like older uncles or something, you know that some of them sometimes say, oh bro, I used to be so crazy in high school. I used to be able to run like 20 kilometers in like an hour, hit 500 pull-ups all before breakfast. And honestly, they probably did do those things. But the sad part about it is that they're saying, I used to be able to do that. They peaked in their teenage years. If you imagine like the graph, it goes like pretty high for, preteens, then goes even higher for teens. Like you're crazy, you're at the top of the world, bro. Bro got like 5 girlfriends, like 5 Lamborghinis. But then adult life, it doesn't just linearly go down. It exponentially goes down. It's like those people that, they're cool in high school and they get out and then they just like work at McDonald's for 40 years. And I know that might not seem like new information to you. You've heard the propaganda like, oh, like popular kids in high school, after they leave, they're just losers, right? But really try and think. Imagine yourself in 20 years and imagine yourself right now, 20 years in the future. Would you want to look back on you as you are right now and think, wow, I used to be so good? Like imagine all of the flaws you have right now. Would you want yourself as you are right now to be the peak you reach in life? For 99% of people, I would sincerely hope that the answer is no, unless you're already like in insane levels of like productivity or like physique or something. And the way most people peak in their teenage years is by basically physically abusing themselves in their teenage years. Even though they don't really call it that. They call it, just partying, having fun. Alcohol, drugs, just like staying up until 3 a.m. And you really don't feel much of that as a teenager. Like, yeah, sure, maybe you get like hungover like for a day, but then it goes away, and then you're just back to doing the same stuff. You really feel it when you get closer to your 20s, 25, 30. That's when you really feel it. And just imagine the pain of seeing yourself when it's supposed to be your peak years, seeing yourself just get worse and worse as those around you, as it's supposed to, they just get better in every way and just outperform you in everything. Do you really want to be that uncle 40 years down the line that talks about how great he used to be? Or do you want to be that guy that talked about how bad, how stupid, how weak he used to be, and how much he changed and how strong he is now? Yeah, bro. Really something to think about. Alright, go do some push-ups.